Well, I'm in a conundrum. Where's Bear? I need your help, Bear. No, actually, Bear doesn't give me advice, but he's nice to talk to. At least he doesn't argue. Somebody came by. I did another video which I posted at my YouTube channel, and I explained how I performed for this movie happening today at the show. And they were doing their lunch break, and so I had like 50 people right across the street from me, and I put on a show. I got a lot of compliments as they left today. So anyway, but the point is that I was talking to one guy. He looked like Allen Ginsberg. In fact, he said his name's Al, because he's one of the actors. Maybe he's real famous or something. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize him. But he looks a little like Allen Ginsberg, so maybe you know who he is. In that cult show. Anyway, he came by and he was complimenting me on the flute. He was saying, man, you got to get yourself, a deal or whatever, like, a record deal. I go, God. Since 1978, that has actually been on the front burner, one of the front burners all the time. But anyway, so I was trying not to be cold and shut down the suggestion because it was being helpful and he meant it. And after talking to the guy for a few minutes and kind of playing along in a certain naivety, trying to let him know that I'd kind of done that, but not really trying to say that either, and letting him go and trying to approach it for the first time. And I said, I really, have to appreciate, the naivety of what you're saying, and that maybe I should just be less jaded and come back to it with a naivety like that. Just go. He said I should go to a record company and just audition. He said just go in there and ask them to audition. I said, what? That wasn't really a question for the details, but it's kind of going along. He had a vision, and by the time we were done, I had to admit, I could not. Well, in a way, I think I kind of cornered myself. I told the guy, I told him I thought he had a good idea, and it was very inspirational. So, who am I now to disregard an inspirational fan giving me good advice about my career when I'm obviously even looking for it? So, there's my conundrum. How am I going to go audition for a record company? This might be a good accompanying video. Because my first reaction is just go down to Capitol Records. I used to hang out there. I used to party and record there. I've done parts of my albums there. And like I said, I knew all the engineers. We used to do jobs all around. So we used to get... I'm not going to tell you everything, but you used to hang out there and have a lot of fun. So anyway, Capitol Records, but all my friends are probably all gone or dead. It would be kind of interesting to see. Maybe there are a couple that are there. That'd be really cool. So I could picture like 4 or 5 of them right off the bat who I think I'd consider to be friends if I saw them. Anyway, should I just go into Capitol Records, walk in the front door and say, hey, I want to audition, and just carry my flute in? I'm ready. Should I? I'm not going to ask for your opinion. People don't help me on Facebook, unfortunately. Got all kinds of professional friends, but never gotten any help here on Facebook. But anyway, just letting you know. Maybe I'm just getting you excited. Because, hey, if you do follow me at all, I might be doing something interesting here. Maybe, like I said, very naive. But I may just be walking into Capitol Records and saying, hey, I want to audition. Or another record company. I got to feel it out. I don't know who I want. Chrysalis Records, they know who I am. In fact, they didn't shut me down. He said, I talked to, what's his name, the guy who produced those records. He said, I love your stuff because I'd listen to it and your music. But he says, we only want one flute player. We don't want to, bring any other flute players into these Chrysalis Records. And I don't think he wanted me to be anywhere in the business. I think they've kind of unfortunately, they didn't bring a whole bunch of Jethro Tulls into the world. Like Jimmy Page, he sparked a whole bunch of guitarists who wanted to play like Jimmy Page, but Jethro Tull never sparked a whole bunch of flute players who wanted to play like Ian Anderson. So, except me. But anyway, what do I do? That's my conundrum, I'm really thinking that maybe I should just be innocent, naive, and ignorant and just do it.